Hello everyone. I just wanted to kind of show you how I prep my frozen fruits for preserving. I pulled out all of my bags of frozen fruit, papaya, or mango, papaya. The mixed berries. I have the strawberries. I have some blueberries, and I have a big bag of raspberries. Now what I do, they're frozen. I open up these bags and I pour sugar in each one of them to macerate it. I'm going to sit it right here on the stove overnight. And throughout the night when I come in, get something to drink or let the dogs in and out, I'll come over and I'll work that sugar in, see how if it's thawing out properly. And this is how I macerate the berries before I start my jamming process. I just wanted to show you that while I had them here. And we're also going to do marmalade. Now, marmalade, when you chunk it or when you cut it really, really small, it must sit in just topped with water for 24 hours. That way you can, use that rind in there with the marmalade, and it just makes a wonderful preserve. Now, I am going to tell you, I learned something today. I learned that if you have orange slices already, fairly thin, and you freeze them, it is easier to work with your oranges. Once you start cutting them, it's much easier. You're not going to lose any of your juice. It doesn't squash, and it goes right in there full. And then, for the 24 hours, it's thawing out in that water, and it's going to be perfectly fine. Freeze your orange and lemon slices before you make your marmalade. Just saying, it's much easier. Now, I'm going to show you some of the colors in here. I had some blood oranges, and they weren't real tasty, but they were pretty. And I had some of those frozen. I still have a lot of frozen oranges, and I still have quite a few oranges. But now I know I have an option that once the oranges, maybe, they're sitting around, maybe we're bored with them, I can slice them up, freeze them, and then make marmalade. So, a couple of my quick tips, and this comes kind of from, always working a full-time job, not being home, to do those things every day. And so I always came up with quick things, just to make it a little easier and time, like I could come home from work, I could pull all my frozen fruits or whatever I'm doing, pull them out of the freezer, add the sugar, zip, close them all up, let them thaw, macerate, and then I can sit this in the refrigerator after I check it, make sure everything's going good. And then the next morning, I could come in and make some preserves before work. That's how I do my stuff. But I'm going to tell you now, if you're going to make some marmalade, and I'm real excited about this marmalade, freeze your orange slices before you slice them. Much easier to work with, and a lot more saving of fruit. So tomorrow we'll be doing these, and then later in the evening I'll do this because it has to sit in for 24 hours. And it is late at night right now. I don't know if that clock is correct or not. I don't know because we lose electric a lot. My husband might have put it on there. I don't know. So anyway, this is how I do my saving time when I'm making my batches of preserves. Now let's look at the freezer real quick. Well, it looks a little lighter once we start getting all the pickled stuff out and get it ready. See, I still have oranges right here. I have blood oranges. I have some blood oranges, really nice navel oranges, and then some of those King River. I didn't put a whole lot of it in there. I do have lemons and limes cut in the back, but I did not use that because I had fresh ones over here. I did not put a lime in. I probably should have, but I didn't. I guess I was a little scared. I did put a lemon and a bunch of oranges, and freeze your orange slices. Macerate frozen fruit and just sit it out overnight and work with it as you come in and out in the morning. Work with it when you get your coffees, and you got it ready to rock and roll. Y'all have a good evening. Just a little hint to make marmalade and preserves. Hugs from a distance.